This is vegan style.
What's up, my brothers and sisters? I am here in Prospect Park. It is beautiful. It is 8 p.m. I feel like it's 6 p.m. It's so nice. Everyone is out enjoying the beautiful, nice, cool breeze in Brooklyn. And I wanted to make a video because I have been watching a lot of Gary Yourofsky videos. And if you don't know Gary Yourofsky, check out his YouTube channel and videos. If you just type in the best speech ever on YouTube, it will probably go to his video where he's lecturing in a classroom setting on what he talks about, which is animal ethics, animal liberation, and the current, as he says, animal holocaust that we humans are perpetuating and engaged in right now in our current lives. So I have been really moved and have begun to really relate to Gary in his message and what he has to say. His pure, honest anger that he has in his life for people not understanding the situation of what we're doing to animals in this country and around the world, and the scale of how it's literally destroying our country and world and our people and our animals and our soil and our water and our land and our air. I mean, it is the culprit of truly the worst evil on this planet. And so I wanted to articulate some of his concepts that he talks about and just get a little consensus of what you guys feel about what we have to say, in hopes of me actually making a sort of longer, more formulated, nicely shot and nicely edited video talking about this issues to, you know, make one of those viral YouTube videos so people listen to it. But I want to just make this one first and see what people think. So essentially, here is Gary's point. He comes from a philosophy and ethics background. So he'll never just say, "Oh, isn't it sad that we, burn animals and brand them and test on animals and slit their throats so we can eat them and take off their horns and cut off chickens' beaks." Or doesn't that just tear your heart apart? He really talks about it from an ethical standpoint of how it is literally hypocritical that we kill and murder and abuse animals relative to the laws we've made to treat human beings. In this country, we kill 10 billion land animals every single year in this country. That's cows, chickens, pigs, rabbits, turkeys, geese, ducks, even horses, dogs, donkeys. And most of all these animals are raised in factory farms, CAFOs, concentrated animal feeding operations, what Gary and I call concentration camps, perpetuating the most significant Holocaust that this planet's ever seen. A lot of people get sensitive, they get angry, they get sad when we, even both of us Jewish people, compare the Jewish Holocaust of 6 million Jews compared to the animal holocaust of 60 billion animals every single year for decades. They say, how can you possibly put a human and a cow on the same level? That's immoral. But what we say is the exact opposite. So, here is why it is unethical, unjust, disgusting, and cruel to treat animals the way we do and to eat them, to murder them, to enslave them in any way. So, why is it illegal to kill people? It is not illegal to kill people based on their level of intelligence. That is the first and most important thing. Let me explain. I have a larger IQ than a mentally challenged person. So let's take a mentally challenged child, adult, whatever, human being that has a lower IQ than the average human, that cannot articulate in the way that most people can. They're not as smart. Maybe they can't even talk. If we have one of those mentally challenged people and I decide to punch them in the face, to slit their throat, to burn their skin, to put them in a cage for their entire life, I would be put into prison and most likely murdered. as I should be, because that is cruel, unethical, and unjust to do to a living being. The reason that I would be put into prison and killed for that act has nothing to do with intelligence. It's because I am killing a being that can feel pain the same way as I, no matter how smart or how dumb they are. And that is why the eating, killing, abuse, torture, and confinement of animals is equally as unethical, unjust, and disgusting as killing a mentally impaired human. At the same time, pigs, for instance. Let's take our friend bacon. A pig has a significantly higher IQ than that of a dog or a cat. But in this country, if we kill a dog, beat a dog, do not provide it with shelter or enough food, we can be put in jail. But 110 million pigs are killed in America, and no one's put behind bars for it. A pig has the ability to build relationships, feel emotions, and think more than a dog or a cat, our companions that we know have emotions, we know can feel pain. But we kill these things and put them on our eggs and sandwiches every day. Now, how is that just? What defines a Holocaust is the confinement, torture, and murder of beings that feel pain by our actions of torture and enslavement and murder and abuse. It has nothing to do with intelligence. If you've watched any animal rights videos, PETA videos, of how animals are treated in factory farms and even farms in general, you have heard the squeals. You have heard the screams. You've seen the kicking, the flailing, and the blood dripping on the hands of human beings that murder animals. So when people say, oh, these animals don't feel pain the same way we do, really? Watch the videos of a calf being kicked in the face, screaming and crying to its mother. Even watch the videos of a factory farm worker taking away a baby from a mother cow so that they can milk her nipples and so we can put it on our cereal. The cow and the mother is screaming like it's the end of the world because they have an emotional bond, a tie, just like your mother and you do. And that's instinct, that's nature. That's what keeps us beings connected and together and what allows us to reproduce. Cows don't produce milk out of the blue. We rape cows, impregnate them, and then profit off the stealing of their children. What is this? It needs to stop, and it will stop. The reason we do not abuse, murder, and enslave human beings has nothing to do with intelligence. It is about pain, and we know very well, any sane person knows well, that animals feel pain in the exact same way humans do. End of story. Thus, so right now in America, every single time you eat a piece of meat, eat an egg, drink some dairy, buy a steak, buy your beef jerky, an egg sandwich, a hot dog on the street, a burger. During 4th of July, when you barbecue, you are voting to continue the Animal Holocaust, the worst Holocaust in the history of the planet that started far before the Jewish Holocaust, during the Jewish Holocaust, and is still going on today. We must stop this. We don't need to ask politicians to stop this. It's never going to happen through government. And the great thing is we don't need that. All we need is to vote with our dollars. Let me tell you, if you, watching this video, decides to go vegan and say, you know what? I'm going to stop voting with my dollar. I'm going to stop buying and eating this meat, eggs, dairy. And maybe your friend does it too. And millions of people in the country decide to follow. Guess what? You won't be driving by any McDonald's anymore. You won't have an option to buy meat in the grocery store because the demand is gone. That's how a business works. These people are here to make money. McDonald's, Cargill, JBS, Monsanto, that grows most of the feed for cattle, they're all there because we say we want it. We're buying it. We've been buying it for decades and we're going to continue to. The American dream. If we stop, these people go bye-bye. And food, plants, calories get to start being fed to people, not to cattle. Cows, chickens, and pigs aren't wild creatures. We don't wrangle up these animals out in the forest, put them on our farms and kill them for us to eat. No, we create these beings. We rape these animals so that they reproduce and we benefit off their enslavement. If we stopped breeding cows, chickens, and pigs and stopped eating them too, there wouldn't be a problem of all these animals roaming the street. We wouldn't see India in America. We simply would stop breeding the billions of animals that we put onto this earth, taking our resources, drinking our human water, eating our human calories, and so that people are starving around the world. It's all our fault. It's not the cows, chickens, and pigs to blame. We are the ones that put them onto this planet, and we can stop. So all I'm asking is to share this video with your friends and family. Comment below, like it if you do, so that I can get a consensus of if this is a good way to articulate the message of the Animal Holocaust or not. Thank you so much for watching this video. I wish peace and love to you, your family, and to all beings on the planet. Go vegan.
This is Vegan Style. This is Vegan Style.